Duryodhana traveled to Dvaraka to ask Sri Krishna for his help in person. When he arrived at Krishna's quarters, he found Krishna asleep. Duryodhana quietly took a seat on a chair near Krishna's head. By coincidence, Arjuna also arrived at the same time. Instead of sitting, Arjuna stood respectfully by Krishna's feet, his posture humble and prayerful. Duryodhana, already seated, pretended not to notice Arjuna and sat in a regal, confident manner. Neither made any effort to acknowledge the other or exchange even a polite greeting. After a while, Krishna woke up and, seeing Arjuna first since he was standing directly in his line of sight, greeted him warmly. "My dear brother-in-law, when did you arrive? Why didn't you wake me? How is Dharmaputra, the embodiment of righteousness? Is Bhima, the mighty warrior, doing well? Is he following Yudhishthira's discipline? And how are the twins? I hope Draupadi is feeling positive and in good spirits." As Krishna continued his affectionate inquiries, he finally noticed Duryodhana, who was casually twirling his mustache with his fingers, slightly lowering his head. Krishna then dramatically turned to him and said, "Ah, King of Kings, when did you arrive? I hope your esteemed father and noble mother are in good health. And how are your brothers? Is your dear friend Karna, along with your allies, feeling victorious?" Duryodhana responded, "I arrived here first," then paused. Krishna, with a playful twinkle in his eyes, replied, "But I saw Arjuna first." The conversation took a more dramatic turn. Duryodhana said, "I knew you'd say that, which is why I paused. You're just looking for an excuse to avoid helping me." Krishna smiled and replied, "Perhaps you came to test my hospitality, but you are just as welcome here." Duryodhana said, "I haven't come to test your hospitality. I've come to ask for your help." Sri Krishna warmly embraced Duryodhana, and after the usual courtesies, asked what he needed. Duryodhana replied, "You, who know everything, already understand why I'm here. In short, I seek your support in the upcoming conflict between the Kauravas and the Pandavas. I have great respect for you, which is why I've come personally. The decision is now in your hands. I believe the Kauravas are as close to your heart as the Pandavas." Sri Krishna responded, "Yes, both the Kauravas and the Pandavas, along with the people of all kingdoms, are dear to me. I am a supporter of peace. So, before you and Arjuna, I declare this. I vow not to wield any weapon in the coming war, and I hope you can find a way to live in peace." Duryodhana was thrilled at this announcement, knowing that Krishna, considered unbeatable, wouldn't be fighting. He said, "I'm glad you've shown your impartiality and commitment to the well-being of both the Kauravas and Pandavas. Peace is great, Krishna, but war has its own value too. It's like bitter medicine, necessary for maintaining strength and heroism. But be clear, Madhava, what help can I expect from you if war becomes unavoidable?" Krishna, speaking seriously, replied, "If war is inevitable, then both the Kauravas and Pandavas will receive my help, since you both came to me at the same time. Here's my offer. As I've already said, I won't use any weapons or fight in the war myself. On one side, I'll be a non-combatant, just a civilian. Any assistance you get from me will be in that role. On the other side, I offer my army, 10,000 skilled soldiers fully equipped and ready to fight. Now, the choice is yours. But according to tradition, the younger person gets to choose first. So, Arjuna will have the first pick." Krishna then turned to Arjuna and said, "You've heard my offer. To repeat, I won't fight or use weapons. I will simply be an unarmed civilian. Think carefully before making your choice, as you'll have to answer to Yudhishthira." Arjuna, with folded hands, responded, "Sri Krishna, I choose you to be our friend, philosopher, and guide." "Without hesitation, I choose you." Arjuna said, "Your wisdom is worth more than 1,000 soldiers. With your guidance and blessings, we will defeat our enemies. I humbly ask you to be my charioteer." Meanwhile, Duryodhana was overjoyed by the unexpected strength he had gained from Krishna's army. Feeling triumphant, he said his farewells to Krishna, stating, "Thank you, I'll take your army," and then left to meet Balarama. When Duryodhana met Balarama, he shared what had happened between him and Krishna. Balarama, troubled by the thought of the impending war and its tragic outcomes, told Duryodhana plainly, "I support peace. I don't want to stand by helplessly and watch senseless bloodshed and cruelty. I will remain neutral. I won't support you against Krishna, nor will I side with the Pandavas. If both sides insist on war, I'd rather go on a pilgrimage to the holy places." Duryodhana then returned to Hastinapura and proudly told Karna, "I've managed to separate Krishna from his army, which will now fight for us." Krishna promised not to wield any weapons. Balarama has been neutralized. My mission to Dvaraka is a complete success. At first, I feared that we might get stuck with Krishna, the unarmed dreamer, while his army fought for the Pandavas. But to my pleasant surprise, Arjuna chose Krishna, who has abandoned weapons out of blind devotion. Sure, Krishna has a commanding presence, but while he may drive Arjuna's chariot, he won't be able to win the war for the Pandavas. He might guide the horses, but he can't bring them victory. Later, when Arjuna and Krishna were alone, Krishna smiled and teasingly said, "Duryodhana left Dvaraka feeling victorious, taking my army with him, while you, in your foolishness, chose me. How can an unarmed dreamer and a useless white elephant help you in battle?" Arjuna replied, "You're free to make fun of me, Krishna. But where you are, there is righteousness, and where there is righteousness, there is victory. Beyond everything, having you by my side gives me the greatest spiritual satisfaction." Arjuna continued, "I truly believe I made the right choice, whether from selfishness or careful thought. Naturally, I want to stand out among the warriors on the battlefield. When you stand in battle, you shine like the blazing sun at noon, and next to you, I seem like a mere flickering light. Furthermore, military experts agree that the charioteer should be superior to the warrior in every way, which is rarely achievable. How lucky I am that the all-knowing, almighty Krishna has agreed to be my charioteer. With you holding the reins, victory is already within my reach. I had hoped not to be overshadowed by you on the battlefield, and without me even asking, you've granted that wish, O destroyer of demons." Krishna listened to Arjuna's words, his face glowing with a smile, and responded, "Brave warrior, I understand your reasoning, and I will gladly be your charioteer. You have my blessings. May your courage lead you to victory, and may your noble humility lift you to a place of eternal glory and honor in the days to come."